Haiti, a land where the echoes of history meet the present-day struggles of its people. A nation of beauty, rich culture, and heart-wrenching poverty. Here, the bustling streets of Port-au-Prince are lined with contrasts. Poverty alongside vibrant street vendors, a resilient spirit with every step through desolation. Yet, beneath the surface, Haiti is also torn apart by a never-ending cycle of violence, corruption, and power struggles. At the center of this chaos stands a man, a symbol of the very heart of this turmoil. His name is Jimmy Cherer, though he is better known as Barbecue. But who is this man really? A misunderstood hero offering his people a glimmer of hope in a failed system. A criminal mastermind whose power and influence only escalate the suffering of his country. Or perhaps something even more complex, a product of Haiti's painful history and harsh realities. One YouTuber risked everything to discover the truth, embarking on a dangerous, perilous journey to meet Barbecue, the notorious gang leader at the heart of Haiti's most violent conflict.
Amigos, this exact place symbolizes and proof that the whole capital of Haiti is a war zone, right?
This is his story. A journey into the heart of the darkness and a reflection of Haiti's long fight for survival. Welcome to Forbidden Territories. It all began with a uniform. Jimmy Cherer, once a police officer, was once supposed to be the protector of law and order in Haiti's chaotic streets. But like so many others before him, he became disillusioned by a broken system that betrayed the very people it was meant to serve. In a country where the government's presence often amounts to little more than empty promises, Barbecue's transformation into one of the most feared gang leaders wasn't simply a rebellion against the state. It was a desperate response to the hopelessness of the people who have been abandoned by those in power. Now, Barbecue leads the G9, an alliance of rival gangs that stretches across Haiti like a tangled web. The G9 is united by one common enemy, the corrupt government that governs from afar. Barbecue has taken a stance, not only as a gang leader, but as a revolutionary figure challenging a system that has long forgotten the poor, the voiceless, and the vulnerable. While some view him as a hero, a savior of Haiti's people, others consider him to be a manipulative, dangerous criminal, further exploiting the chaos he once sought to control. And this duality, this line between hero and villain, is what defines not just Barbecue, but also Haiti's violent and complex reality. In this unpredictable world, only a handful of people dare to venture into the territories controlled by Barbecue. Amidst the danger and hostility, one brave YouTuber ventured into the heart of this very world to reveal the man behind the legend, facing incredible risks. Through Haiti's chaotic streets, which have become war zones in themselves, the YouTuber's journey was no ordinary mission. Poverty, violence, and oppression permeate every inch of the streets as gang territories shift and expand daily, and the government's reach is weak at best. For this YouTuber, the decision to confront Barbecue head-on was fraught with peril. Guns fire through the air as Barbecue's forces maintain control over the communities they govern. As he moved deeper into gang-controlled zones, each step became increasingly dangerous. Strangers eyed him suspiciously, rival gang members lurked in the shadows, and local law enforcement was nowhere to be found.
I stop now. Okay guys, now I need to stop filming guys. That's it. See you in a bit.
But for him, the possibility of uncovering Barbecue's truth was worth the risk, no matter the cost. This was a moment in time many feared would never come, a face-to-face encounter with one of Haiti's most infamous figures.
Me personally, I read the news and they portray you as the worst person, not only from Haiti, but on the whole Western Hemisphere. They portray you as the most notorious gang leader. And now I want to ask you, who are you? You understand me? Yeah. I understand.
To some, Barbecue's presence is a comfort. Despite his notorious status as a gang leader, Barbecue has been revered by many as something of a Robin Hood figure. He distributes food, medicine, and security where the government fails, offering a semblance of order in a land governed by anarchy. In the eyes of many in these impoverished neighborhoods, Barbecue provides something the state has denied them: protection, safety, and basic resources that no one else offers. However, this Robin Hood image is layered with contradiction. Beneath the food parcels and the acts of charity lies an individual deeply entwined in criminal activity. Barbecue's gang is accused of engaging in murder, extortion, and the horrific practice of kidnapping for ransom. His brand of justice is brutal and swift, questioning the nature of power and who gets to wield it. Is his vision truly that of a savior, or is he simply perpetuating another form of tyranny, only this time from below rather than above? In order to understand Barbecue and the deadly grip he holds over Haiti, we must step back, far back, into Haiti's long history of exploitation and suffering. Haiti's plight did not begin with the rise of gang violence, but long before, when France, seeking to squeeze its colony for every last drop of profit, imposed crushing reparations following Haiti's revolution. This set the stage for a future of dependence, first on imperial France, then on foreign powers like the United States, which meddled in Haiti's sovereignty and economic policy. With no land reform, no sustainable infrastructure, and no real investment in its people, Haiti has been left a fragile state, its citizens struggling for survival, and their leaders either unable or unwilling to help. The result of this history: a country that was never allowed to rebuild on its own terms, forced into a pattern of perpetual poverty. It's this desperation that bred leaders like Barbecue, figures who rise to prominence not because of a sense of duty, but because of the vacuum left by the failures of those who should have helped. In Haiti, the question isn't whether Barbecue is a hero or villain. It's a question of how he has come to symbolize the system that has betrayed the very people it was meant to serve. After weeks of risk, missteps, and close calls, the YouTuber was finally in the presence of Barbecue. The conversation that unfolded was more than just an interview. It was a clash of ideologies, a moment of insight into the mind of one of Haiti's most complex figures.
Regarder conditions moun yo vivre. Et plus m'a avancé avant et plus m'a contrôle côté qui pi mal toujours et dans conditions misérables moun yo vivre. Décider et prendre armes et que pour me gommer contre moun sa yo. Les wap dénoncer 5% moun qui 95% richesse pays et qui met un système raciste au système apartheid dans pays moun sa yo grand pile l'argent. Moun sa yo puissant, c'est normal pour yo faire passer comme plus gros chef gang qui gagne en Haïti pour me dire dans Caraïbes. Nous juste à demander une meilleure condition la vie pour moun qui pi mal yo. Ça moi a demander l'hôpital et que pour moun yo nous pas accès à l'hôpital. Je dis un discours ça moi gagne son discours qui dérangeait oligarque yo. Et puis discours ça va le faire de moins plus gros chef gang et qui gagne dans Caraïbes là. Mais j'aimerais toujours dire, on même un modèle.
Che Guevara.
Che Guevara.
Barbecue didn't just talk about his role in Haiti's gang wars. He spoke of a fractured society in which he too was a victim of corruption. Power, poverty, and loyalty were all on the table. Barbecue, with a sense of justice mingled with violence, revealed that the future of his leadership is uncertain but deeply rooted in the people who need him. But what will his legacy be? Is he the vengeful destroyer of institutions that serve the rich, or will he eventually be consumed by the very forces he created? The YouTuber learned more than just a personal truth about Barbecue. He uncovered a broader narrative about what it means to govern in a land where survival means abandoning morality for expedience. Barbecue is more than just a gang leader. He is a symbol of Haiti's struggle, a figure that transcends any simple narrative of good or evil. In a country where survival often requires allegiance to the strongest forces, Barbecue represents both the desperation for change and the danger of unrestrained power. But the big questions remain unanswered. Will men like Barbecue bring hope to the people, or will they simply fan the flames of violence and division, further sinking the country into turmoil? Haiti stands at a crossroads. The future is uncertain as the cycles of violence continue, leaving the people caught in a dangerous balancing act. Will change come through figures like Barbecue? Or will Haiti find its redemption somewhere else, through grassroots efforts and new leaders who can rebuild the country on different principles? The road ahead is uncertain, and Haiti's struggle is far from over. The people, once again, find themselves at the mercy of history, waiting for the breakthrough that has yet to come. As the world looks on, Haiti continues its fight for survival. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the heart of Haiti's most dangerous territories. For more untold stories, stay tuned for the next chapter here on Forbidden Territories.